At least my baby will have a real family, she said, loud enough for the entire table to hear. Her manicured hand rested over the swell of her belly like she was cradling the future itself. Unlike my sister's kids, who even knows who their father is? The room stiffened. Forks paused mid-air. I didn't flinch. I'd been trained too well to mask the sting. But Grandma blinked slowly, then reached into her purse like she'd been waiting for this exact moment. She pulled out a folded letter, yellowed at the edges. Her voice cut through the silence. "Before you judge your sister's children, maybe explain why you begged me to pay for a secret abortion in 2016. The air collapsed. My sister's smile cracked, and for the first time in years, she looked small. She didn't know it yet, but this was the climax of a play I had written long ago. I wasn't always the cold observer at family dinners. Once I was her shadow, her confidant. She was the golden one. I was the quiet one. She shined, I steadied. I believed loyalty bound us. But betrayal doesn't come from enemies. It comes from those who know where your scars are buried. The unraveling began in whispers. A perfume that clung to my husband's shirt, expensive, floral, nothing I owned. A slip of the tongue when my sister mentioned a restaurant I'd never told her about. Their glances lasted too long. Their laughter cut too deep. I told myself I was paranoid. That family would never. That marriage was sacred. But the truth doesn't care what you tell yourself. One night, when the children were asleep, his phone lit up on the nightstand. I saw her name. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. Words meant for her eyes only, vivid, intimate, unguarded. They weren't talking about the weather. They weren't even pretending to hide it anymore. I didn't scream. I didn't throw the phone. I memorized every detail. Control is a weapon, and I sharpened mine quietly. I watched them for months, learned their rhythms, their carelessness. My sister confided in me, testing how much I knew, blind to the fact that her own words tightened the rope around her neck. My husband, ex-husband now, thought my silence meant weakness. I planned, not in fire, but in ice. Revenge is not about rage, it's about precision. Step 1, financial. I pulled records, traced their stolen moments through receipts, bank statements, gas mileage. I kept the evidence neat, organized, undeniable. Step 2, legal. I waited until I had enough to corner him in court. The divorce settlement bled him dry because every lie he tried to spin, I countered with documentation. He signed away more than money. He signed away credibility. Step 3, familial. My sister had always lived on her pedestal, adored by relatives who believed her halo was genuine. But halos tarnish when you shine the right light. I whispered at the right times, hinted at inconsistencies, let suspicion bloom naturally. I didn't need to destroy her reputation. I let her destroy it herself. The letter was the final move. She thought Grandma had forgotten, but I had found the proof months ago, hidden in an old box. A handwritten plea, ink smudged from tears. She couldn't raise a child. She needed money. No one could know. She made Grandma promise silence. I never forced Grandma's hand. I just reminded her of what was written. I left the letter in her purse one evening, folded neatly beneath her glasses. I knew she would read it again, and I knew she would remember how cruel my sister had been to me. And so here we were. The table was silent, eyes ricocheting between my grandmother's steady hand and my sister's paling face. She tried to laugh, a brittle sound. That's private." Grandma didn't blink. "So is your sister's marriage, but you didn't mind shredding that in front of us." The weight of the letter sat in the center of the table like a blade. No one touched their food. My children watched me with wide eyes, sensing the tectonic shift even if they didn't yet understand it. My sister stammered, but there was no exit. Every denial only confirmed what the letter already revealed. The family who once praised her now studied her with doubt, their dolden child stained by her own hypocrisy. I didn't speak. I didn't need to. Silence is louder when it comes from the wounded. Afterward, she cornered me in the kitchen. Her voice was a hiss, desperate. "You set me up!" I looked at her, not with fury, but with clarity. "No, you set yourself up. I just stopped protecting you." Her mouth opened, closed. She wanted to spit venom, but the family's eyes were on us. She couldn't risk more. She turned away, shoulders hunched, for once smaller than me. That night, when the house was quiet and the children asleep, I sat with a glass of wine. I replayed the evening not with glee, but with calm. Justice isn't fireworks. It's the stillness after a storm, when the air is sharp and clean. I had waited years for that silence. My sister thought betrayal made me fragile.